Hello and welcome to Behind the Bar. This time we are actually behind my bar at Bomba. As we're in quite tumultuous times at the moment, we're just doing a little kind of lo-fi video to let you know what we're doing for the next few weeks. Melbourne has just been put into not a full lockdown, but all of the bars and restaurants and things have to close. They can only do takeaway. So it does mean whether or not we're going to be able to film is in a little bit of doubt. Don't worry, we do have a bit of a backlog of episodes to get through, so we're not cutting you off quite yet. But whether or not we'll be able to continue filming after that is sort of a little bit up in the air just now. We're obviously doing everything that we can to be socially responsible and just want to prepare you for the eventuality that there may have to be a small pause. Don't worry, we definitely plan on coming back bigger and better than ever should we ever all be allowed back out again, but it might just be a little while. Now, one of the awesome things about starting this YouTube channel has been finding that kind of community spirit that you guys have been great at creating. I know that you love all things booze and bar and obviously come at me with questions about that, but I know that also some of you might be wondering what you can do to support this industry in the trying times that we're in at the moment. Obviously, as I said here, restaurants can still do takeaway, so if you're able to, definitely do that. And at least in Victoria, it's obviously going to change depending on where you are, but all restaurants currently are allowed to do booze takeaway as well. So if you are getting, a curry or whatever to eat in, then think about a little bottle of wine to go with it too, and that obviously sends a bit of extra money the restaurant's way. The other thing is just really think about where you are buying the stuff that you're going to be using in your house at the moment. At the end of the day, the big guys are still going to be with us after all of this, but some of the little guys might not be. So if you do have a local wine store or booze store, then please try and shop there, and also try and kind of think about what you're actually buying. Again, kind of the bigger producers are probably going to be able to weather this storm, but some of the smaller local ones might not be, so maybe try and look for something kind of closer to home when you're looking at your wine and your beer. If you don't normally really enjoy sort of craft beer or whatever, I do get it, but if you speak to the store, the people that work in the store, they'll almost always be able to point you to something that's most like what you normally drink. Another cool thing that's been happening in Melbourne, so I'm sure it's happening elsewhere, is trying to find places for all the produce that normally goes to restaurants to go. So quite a few produce suppliers like Northside Fruit and Veg here are doing up retail boxes, way cheaper than you can get in the supermarket for really beautiful produce. And since we all have plenty of time on our hands, we may as well get cooking. So that's great as well. And the other thing, this will obviously vary from restaurant to restaurant and bar to bar, but some might be willing to sell you some stock. So if you are kind of thinking about getting a 6-pack of beers anyway, and your local bars had to shut down, maybe see if they want to offload a little bit of that so that we're not all sitting with stuff that's going to be out of date by the time we finally get to open our doors and welcome you back. Now, one thing that we have been working on, and we'll actually have a bit more time to dedicate to now, is a website. So please stay tuned. That'll be up on all the socials and things when we're ready to go live with it, and you'll have all of the usual recipes and videos to have a little look at there as well. I hope you're all looking after yourselves out there. It's a really tough time for a lot of people. Please don't hesitate to reach out if there's anything I can help you with in terms of drinks recipes or tips and tricks while you're all holed up. Everyone stay safe and well, and we'll see you on the other side.